Good morning friends, welcome to the global update from the advisory desk. Before starting the pre-market, let's have an update on the global markets, how it went. Yesterday the European markets closed almost on a flat note, although it was on the positive side, about 0.5% up on the DAX and the CAC, but the FTSE was down almost 0.23%, so we saw some kind of profit booking on that. Yesterday, Yellen concluded the FOMC meet that was for 2 days, and she has gone ahead and curtailed the $10 billion additional stimulus program, which will bring down the kind of stimulus spending from $65 billion to $55 billion per month. And she expects that to close it by the fall of this year. So, I mean, compared to the trend, what Ben Bernanke has said, Yellen agrees to that, and that has kind of led that the US economy is again now on a recovery path and doesn't need more of a kind of stimulus program like the bond buying. Also friends, US markets like Dow Jones ended 110 points down, Nasdaq was also almost 0.5% down. At one go it was down by 180. But it did recover a bit after it saw kind of bottom buying on a couple of selected stocks in the Dow Jones. Today also the Asian markets are trading down. It was 0.5% down on Ikea and Hang Seng. SGX Nifty is down by 26 points right now as I'm talking to you. So that is again because of the expectation was that the bond buying will definitely impact the emerging markets. And it also kind of shows that the FI, which has been kind of on a buying spree, might kind of stop or curtail a bit. Yesterday also the FI figures were positive to the tune of 1,001 crores. That is again big buying figures, whereas on the other side mutual funds were the sellers to the tune of 600 crores. So these are all provisional figures. The exact figures would come in today. Friends, so we would kind of start on kind of a red and it might be a lackluster trade as well as the market open. That's all on the global update. I will hand over to Sadhana for the derivative update.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. Yesterday we have seen that markets continue to trade in a narrow range of around 30 to 40 points, as we have seen that majority of the market participants remained on the sidelines ahead of US federal policy review, due to which markets left the session at 6550 level with a negligible gain of 0.04%. In spite of market in a range, we have seen that short positions were built up by market participants, as around 7.27 lakh shares were added in open interest and Nifty cost of carry decreased marginally by 100 basis points. And Nifty futures premium decreased from 31 points to 26 odd levels. On the options front, we have seen that a marginal increase in put call ratio from 1.09 to 1.10, which is clearly indicating that put option has added more number of shares than call option. We have seen that put option has added around 15 lakh shares in open interest, whereas call option has added around 8 lakh shares in open interest, which is clearly visible in the options activity. As we can see, 6,400 followed by 6,500 stands with highest number of shares in open interest, and call strike of 6,500 and 6,600 stands with highest number of shares in open interest. As we have seen that US has trimmed $10 billion bond purchasing program, due to which US markets closed negative and Asian markets are trading down, and Singapore Nifty is also trading down by 26 points. So our intraday support would be 6,500 and resistance would be 6,550 and 6,570. There is one security in bank period today, which is L&D Finance Holding. And yesterday FS were net sellers of more than 1,200 odd crores in future and option segment. Overall, our bias for the market is positive as we are trading about on weekly level of 6530, but on closing basis 6460 would act as an important support on closing basis. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
My friends, now let's have a check on the MID idea update. This is an update which we have on a particular stock about regarding some announcements or some kind of actionable ideas. Watch list also we would have it, and the news and updates for the day. Let's start with the Titan, the stock which you already are holding in our alpha idea delivery. The government has allowed 5 domestic private players to import gold. Now this is again an industry officials who say it's a big relief for the gold importers as they were kind of reeling under a big pressure about an import duty ban and also the tariff, which was almost 10%. Now this move could boost gold supplies and bring down premiums for gold. It is also eventually a win-win situation for the company as well as the end buyer. Action to be taken based on this news and announcement: long tighten, stop loss of 250 and target 263 and 267 on the upside. Also have Ceylon exploration at the CMP 451. According to the media flash, Ceylon is likely to hire another rig and drill additional 10 to 12 wells. It has already drilled 8 wells. Now this is additional 12 wells which will definitely be drilled by the company depending on the approvals from the government side. Now the aggressive drilling and the commercialization is expected to bring in more revenues and profitability for the company in the coming quarters, which will definitely be a kind of reason for the next 2 years coming for Ceylon exploration. Now this company is also under active fundamental research coverage. Based on this news, we would be action taking is long Ceylon with a stop loss of 442 and target 465 and 473 on the upside. This is basically for the intraday purpose. Next is Bombay Dyeing. Ikea, that is the kind of the French furniture company, is in talks with Bombay Dyeing. It is kind of looking to buy out the big land parcel which is at Worli, that is of 2.5 acres for almost 2,200 crores. We already saw movement in Bombay Dyeing yesterday. This is confirmed that the Bombay Realty to develop this small space that will definitely be around 10 lakh square feet floor space. This will be definitely a big shot in the arm for Bombay Dyeing, and it still has 20 acres of land there available at Worli. Action to be taken long Bombay Dyeing. You can see a stop loss of 55.25 and target on the upside 59.5. On the watch list, the stocks with positive bias for today is Lupin, CMP 945, Arcom 122, and we have Petronet LNG, which is the CMP 135. Stocks with negative bias, we have only one, Wipro. CMP is 545, this yesterday's closing. News and updates: Coal India has been forced to stop mining in 7 blocks, including the 6 big mines where millions of tons of coal can be quickly extracted. Now this output has already reached the limits allowed, so that's why the decision on expansion is still pending from the Environment Ministry. Now this will not go well with the Coal India company, as it has already kind of taken a backseat in the coal production because of the slowdown as well as the approvals issues. Petronet LNG is witnessing positive moment on the back of 2 new items. US to increase exports of surplus gas to India. Now Petronet to be the sourcing partner, that is, it's kind of being taken talking on the circles that if US goes along, the Petronet LNG would be the biggest beneficiary. Also the second point we have is NTPC is looking at sourcing LNG for its 350 megawatt plant. Again, this will be beneficial for the Petronet LNG for the coming quarters. Likely to back the long-term order, so that will be for at least 2 years, 3 years or more. SEBI has selected Jignesh Shah led FT as not a fit and proper company, and is advised to sell its shares in MCS SX and other exchanges within 90 days on the ground that don't meet the fit and proper criteria as we had discussed. This is again really a bad news for Jignesh Shah, and he has to kind of comply with this decision. TCS has gone ahead and inked pact with the Garuda Indonesia Airlines for the maintenance, repair and overhaul application. TCS is going to improve on the Swift MRO solution, which the Garuda will apply on its all platforms, which will simplify the kind of the solutions out there. And they migrate over 3 million records of data for 140 aircrafts and fitted parts into unified solutions. So this will definitely help the airlines to save on the cost, and TCS has a good reputation for this software as a whole. Thank you friends, that's all the news updates we have. We'll get back to you more in mid-market and post-market. Thank you, have a good trading session.